Assalamu alaikum. Hello everyone. Once again I welcome you guys to my new video that is about class Reptilia. Okay. Um, Today in this video we read the general characteristics of the class Reptilia, or in other words we can say that what are the general characteristics in the reptilian animals that is different from other animals. Okay, let's get started here. Of all, you know that the word reptiles comes from Latin and means that ones who creep. So all the reptiles animals have creeping and crawling nature. Okay, uh, what is mean by creeping and crawling means that the reptilians animals moves like a squirm or a sidle motion. Okay, so this is the one of the main feature of the reptilian animals, that they have a creeping and crawling nature. Okay, 6,000 living species in the world. Okay, so the first or the main feature of the reptilian animal is that they have the creeping and crawling. Okay, the second characteristics of the reptilian animals is that reptiles are vertebrates. They have the backbones that house the spinal cord that run the length of their bodies. Okay, reptiles also have chains of bony elements from tail to the head. The bony endoskeleton consists of craniums or skull. Okay, so reptiles are vertebrates, and this is the second general feature of reptilians animals, that they are vertebrates. Now we come to the habitat. Okay, so the reptilians animals are mostly terrestrial. Okay, terrestrial means that ones who spend their most of their lifespans on earth, on land. Okay, so they are mostly terrestrial animals. Okay, lives in everywhere, like in desert, forest, freshwater, wetland, and the open ocean land. Okay, present in every continent except Antarctica. Okay, so the reptiles are mostly terrestrial animals present in desert, forest, freshwater, waterland, open ocean land, present in everywhere, in every continent except Antarctica. Reptilian animals have dry and rough skin, and you must notice that the reptilian animal skins are without any gland. Okay, so they have a dry and rough skins without gland. Also, the epidermal scales and scutes are also present on their skins. Okay, so they have a dry, rough skeletons without any gland, and the epidermal scales or scutes are also present on their skins. Two characteristics enables reptiles animals to inhabit land environment to a greater extent than their amphibians ancestors. Okay, so what are the two characteristics? Number first, that is scales or scutes. The second one is the availability to lay hard shell eggs or leather shelled eggs. So these are the two characteristics of the reptiles to inhabit land environment to a greater extent than their amphibians ancestors. Reptiles animals are cold-blooded animals. What is meant by cold-blooded animals? Those animals which do not regulate their body temperature, they are known as the cold-blooded animals. They are present in the warmer regions, and very fewer in the colder region. Okay, they are very fast or active in warmer region, very slower or lazy in colder region. A very important point, that is respiration in reptiles. Okay, respiration in reptiles taking place through lungs. Okay, they do not respire through gills like amphibians. Ribs contract and expand the body cavity to more efficient their respiration. Some species have modified their cloaca to increase the area for gaseous exchange. We come to the end, that is heart of reptiles. So the reptiles animals have a three-chambered head, including two auricle and one ventricle. But there is also an exception, like in crocodiles, which have four-chambered head, including two auricle and two ventricle. So the heart of reptile is a three-chambered heart, and that is the similarity to amphibians animals as well. Okay. Now we come to another point, and that is legs. Reptiles, reptilians have a typically four legs, which they actually use for predating the prey. Okay, so they have four legs, but there is also an exception in this case, like in snakes. All traces of legs, including bones, have disappeared in snakes. Okay, so reptiles, mostly reptilians animals have a four legs. Now we comes to the skull of reptiles. The skull of reptile is monocondylic, means that the skulls of reptiles have a single occipital condyle. Okay, what is meant by single occipital condyle? Means that at the back of the skull, a bony nub which articulate with the first vertebra. Okay, so the skull of reptile is monocondylic, means that they have a single occipital condyle. Okay, comes to another point, and that is internal fertilization in reptiles. Okay, so there is an internal fertilization in reptiles animals. Okay, also they are oviparous, means that the female lay eggs. Okay, and the young ones have a direct development. There is no larva formation in the young one. Okay, so they have internal fertilization. Oviparous means that the young ones are produced after hatching, while the development of young ones are direct. There is no larva formation in reptilian. Snakes, turtles, lizard, crocodiles, all these are the examples of the class Reptilia, and these all animals are distributed in various classes like testudines, like Crocodile, and they also have a very different explanations. Okay, so these are the general characteristics or general features of reptilians, of the class Reptilia, that they have the creeping and crawling animals, they are vertebrate, they have mostly terrestrial animals present in every continent except Antarctica, dry and rough skins, cold-blooded animals. Respiration in reptiles take place through lungs. Okay, heart of reptile is also a three-chambered, but in crocodile they have four-chambered heart, four legs, and which they use for predating the prey. But in snakes there is an exception. There is no legs in snakes. Also the skull of reptile is monocondylic, which means that they have single occipital condyle. Internal fertilization takes place. They are oviparous, and the development of young one is direct. Snakes, turtle, lizard, crocodiles are the examples of the class Reptilia, which are distributed in various classes like testudines, like Crocodile, and they all have a different or more explanation. Okay, so that is all about class Reptilia. Today we discussed the general features or general characteristics of class Reptilia. Thank you so much.